Ben, great to see you. Your life, I think, has changed quite significantly in the last few weeks. Exciting times.
Yeah, it has been. It's been, you know, the news with the vice captaincy, and then obviously the IPL news. It's been good. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it, but you know, it is. It's been a life changer.
Can we start with the IPL? Did you watch it? And if you did, what were you thinking as the dollar signs went further and further up?
Tweets were flooding in, so it was quite hard to follow. It kept on refreshing, but yeah, then eventually got sold, and then didn't quite know what to do, to be honest. It was very early in the hours of our morning in England, and you know, I didn't get back to sleep till gone 7 o'clock that morning. So yeah, the emotions were. I don't really know how to explain it. It was just like my heart was like pounding and everything like that. Didn't really have a chance for it all to sink in because I was straight on the train down to London for all of our sponsors' commitments. So yeah, it was a hell of a 12 hours. We'll
leave the dollar signs around, but star signing then for this franchise, does that put more pressure on you when you go out there, and will you embrace that?
I think, to be honest, obviously, if things hadn't gone the way they had have done, and I still got picked up by a team, you know, my mindset towards everything is exactly the same. And you know, I'm going to be going out there. Obviously, there's a bit more pressure to perform, but in terms of what I'd do, I'm not going to be thinking too much more about it, because no matter what team I play for, you know, I want to win. I want to put in match-winning performances. So I'm just really excited about the whole thing, about getting out there and you know, solely focusing on 2020 cricket for 5 or 6 weeks, because it's something that I've never been able to do before in England. It's very rare that we get to play for our counties, and obviously we only get the you know, one 2020 end of a series in the summer. So it's a brand new experience for myself and something I'm really looking forward to.
What do you think you can learn from being out in that pressure with the crowds and the cricket that's being played?
I think the biggest difference, I think, going out there to what we're used to is that we're going to be surrounded by the best players in the world of that format, not just with your own team, but then playing against them on a more regular basis, and being able to pick the brains of the people who just solely play 2020 cricket. It's an area that we all want to get better at, and an area that we want to be exposed to more. So just being in the whole environment around the IPL, around the people that you'll get to play with and play against, it's going to be really, really good.
It means you've got to miss a couple of ODIs for England. How does that sit with you?
Yeah, I mean, look, the decision got made that ECB maybe felt it better for us to stay out there and play that. You know, we've got the Champions Trophy coming up as well, so the more, I guess, the chance that we can play white ball cricket, the better. And you know, I mean, it's a good thing. It gives other lads opportunity as well who's been knocking on the door for England to go out and show what they're all about. But yeah, I mean, look, it's whatever way that they decided to go. If they just said, "No, we want you to come back," then I would have been fine with that. But I think you know, we've been lucky, and you know, credit to Strauss, you know, the guys at the top who've you know, let us stay out there for that time.
Have the management spoken to you about workload and the commitments that you're now under? Because we watch you in practice and everything is 110%. You don't do anything by half. Have they chatted to you about perhaps sort of lightening the load somewhere?
Yeah, I think it's one. Trevor, after I don't know how long in the job he was, but he did, you know, mention to me about, you know, the amount of stuff that you do. We know that you want to be doing it all, but sometimes just maybe try and tone it.
It's all right, you're not going to get
Try and tone it down a little bit to save yourself for the game. So as I've gotten older and you know know my body is getting old, albeit 25, but it is still sore when I wake up in the morning, that you know, taking it easier on sometimes is probably better for the long run.
Vice captaincy, proud moment, but when did you get grown up to be able to do that? Eh?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. Gosh, yeah, it's really exciting from a personal point to you know, get given the recognition to be given that role with the team, and obviously doing it with Rooty at the top is great as well. You know, we're really good friends off the pitch. We've played with each other since we were 12, 13 years old. So, and we're both on the same wavelength of what we want to do and what we want to try and achieve. So, you know, but at the same time, we've still got the experience of Cookie, Brody, and Jimmy out there with us, which you know which Rooty is going to be able to use. So I think it's, you know, moving forward, it's just really, really exciting, and you know, hopefully we can take the team in 5, 6 years' time on to somewhere else. You know, we've achieved some great things, but you know, hopefully we can achieve some more.
Well, it's recognition of what you've done on the field, and also how you've controlled your emotions maybe a bit better. Would that be a fair point?
I think that's just come with, I don't want to say growing up, but more experience. I think, you know, it's I've still got that in me. I think I just, you know, I do manage it a bit better and try and get not too many slaps on the wrist as I used to when I was younger. But yeah, now, you know, I've got to take into account that I am vice captain and, you know, sort of a higher leadership role, that, you know, there might be a few times where I have to keep the emotions a little bit lower.
One-day series coming up. What do you want to get out of it, and what have England been doing well so far, do you think, in white ball cricket?
Yeah, so obviously this is a part of our build-up towards the Champions Trophy, and our one-day cricket has been, that's what the word amazing really is all I can, you know, associate with. The amount of runs that we've scored, the way that we've been going about it. You know, we've been entertaining people coming in to watch. We scored 400 2 or 3 times, and we're scoring 350 on a regular basis. So we know we're doing the right things, but there's still areas of improvement. You know, from a batting side as well, is, you know, once we have a team by the scruff of their neck, is making sure that we don't let them off. And bowling is just working on our skills, especially towards the end. I think that's an area where we all know that we can get better at, because the better we get there, the more games we're going to win. So, albeit we're playing good cricket, we still know that we can do a lot of improvement. No
Mills, no Jordan, so will you be right in the thick of it in the death overs in this series? Is that something you still embrace?
Yeah, definitely. It's things that, you know, I work on every training session. You know, we still do the old 10 over stuff, you know, trying to bash a length out, and then we always make sure that we do some end of overs stuff. So it's not like we've only got 2 bowlers who we can go to. Then it gives Morgie the option of all his bowlers can bowl at the end of an innings, and the more stuff we do with that, the better we're going to get, as I said before. So, you know, if the opportunity arises for me to be on at the end, then I know that all my pre-game stuff is everything that I need to be practicing for.
How are the tactics when you're bowling at the desk still evolving? Because there was a one-day international between New Zealand and South Africa. Bolt bowled the penultimate over, Yorkers went for 2 or 3. Southee tried slower balls in the last over and went out the park. It's not just as cut and dried as that, is it? Is it a bit of a lottery?
I think it can be sometimes, you know, because bowling at the end of an innings, you think, right, Yorkers are going to be, yeah, they're the hardest balls to hit. But sometimes you can bowl a really bad ball, like a length ball, and get a wicket from it. So it's the difference between success and failure at the end of an innings is very thin.
Do you have to embrace that?
You have to embrace it, yeah. Like, so if you're bowling balls and you're getting hit, but you're knowing that you're doing what you've said you're going to do and you've nailed it, and the guy hits it for 4 or 6, then you just got to put your hands up. And at the same time, if you bowl a length ball and you get a wicket, you just look to the skies and say thank God for that. But yeah, it is. You know, there's so many different things that bowlers are trying now at the end of an innings, and I think that's where cricket is now going to the next level. It's that there's more than just one option to do.
You've got a staggeringly busy 12 months coming up. Excited by it, though?
Very. You know, it's a job, and you know, we're very lucky to be able to do a job that we love. Albeit a busy schedule, you know, I wouldn't change it for the world.
We wish you well. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers, Waddy. Thanks.